Alright, we rewatched the insurance video that I made nearly 10 years ago. And I did some research this afternoon to come up with a few of the core numbers. So I looked this up on the U.S. Census. So they said for Florida there were 9,144,250 single homes. Median value is $160,000. 67.1% owned, and 16.3% the people were living below the poverty level in those houses. So the 67% of 9 million, so let's just say call it 6 million. I'm going to really round off some numbers to ballpark this concept. So if we have 6 million single-family homes that are owned by individuals, and the median price is $160,000, so if we just take the bottom half, every house under $160,000, that gives us 3 million households, right? So if they're, I'm very typical. My house is nearly identical to these numbers. So my insurance went from $600 to $2,550 10 years ago. I went into first place and so on. But let's just assume my actual insurance cost is $500 a year. And they bill, or we pay $2,000. So, and the reason I got that numbers is because for many years I paid about $600. So let's say 1/6 of that was their profits. And that was the actual value and not the other. So out of the $2,000 a year, that means the actual cost is $1,500 is their profits. I think I do need the whiteboard for this one because it might be confusing. Bottom line is this. We collectively, as homeowners in homes with mortgages that are paying insurance, 3 million of us are sending about $1,500 above and beyond what we should be sending to the insurance industry. That adds up to $4.5 billion per year in what I would call excess profits. That money is taken and it's invested by the insurance companies. It's either whatever they don't pay themselves in bonuses and salaries, they invest in the markets. And they don't invest in Florida companies necessarily. And they don't invest in good companies. I mean moral companies, principled, or ones that pay decent salaries. They just go for the maximum profits, which is our system. So we've had no major storms for 10 years, so they should be up to a nest egg of about 45 billion. Now this is just for the 3 million houses near the bottom of the socioeconomic spectrum. So what if we made our own insurance company and we only had to bill ourselves $500 a year instead of $2,000 on average? We would have $4.5 billion a year saved up. And with that kind of money, instead of investing it in the stock market in general, we could also have our own investment bank. And since we have a network of 3 million members, we could invest in the members of those businesses, the members that had their own businesses, and other types of loans we could invest in. We could also start our own bank and real estate loans and do mortgages and so on. The sky's the limit. Or we could reduce the insurance rate to actual cost. And in fact, we could have, if we partnered with 3 million people in a very diverse area, let's say on the other side of the United States or even the world, where they aren't susceptible to storms, we could just have a pay-as-you-go policy where we have an assessment each month of the total amount of damages for all houses. So when you get a big hurricane, everybody knows that their bill's going to jump up from like $10 a month to maybe $1,000. Still a lot better than paying the rip-off rates. So the other thing I want to do, since we're going to have all of our members in the computer, and we're all going to be able to vote on the board of directors, and the board of directors will all be chosen from our own customers, from ourselves, is that we're going to have a chance to review all claims. So every time there's a claim, the nearest cooperative members are going to go over and they're going to review the bid and the quote. Tree falls on one of our members' houses, goes through the roof. Guess what? 3, 4, 5 people, the closest ones, are responsible to go over to that house, give it a quick once over. I mean, they don't have to be insurance adjusters to see. You know, they're just making sure that seems pretty reasonable. And that's it. We double check ourselves and we should have one very efficient insurance company. So if you're interested in this idea, what we're going to do is we're going to raise about $100,000, maybe a little more, at $1 a person. So we need 100,000 people interested in doing our own insurance company. We each put in $1. We confirm your email address with Shadow Vote, your phone number, and then we will take this very rough proposal and we'll hire some experts from the insurance industry to write it up to see what it will really cost to launch this program. And then we will send you that proposal on video and in documentation. And if enough people agree to switch their insurance to our new cooperative, then we pull the trigger and we start the new company. So it's really important, if you want to stop getting screwed, to donate $1 to this crowdfunding effort to research setting up a homeowners insurance cooperative. That's all for now. Thank you. Any other thing that I missed from the first time around? It seemed like I did a much better job before.
No, you did a better job this time.
I did?